So today I'm going to test 3 juicers to see which one extracts the most juice out of the same amount of fruit and vegetables. Okay, so we're just going to let that juice out. That's a lot of juice coming out of there. Now, one thing I do like about the TUUMIISTs is with this wider cup, there's no chance of anything just coming out. I already let a little out, but so I've bought all 3 of these so I could test this and figure it out. So I have a TUUMIIST here, the Smart TUUMIIST. Then I have a Godspeed here. And then I have the other TUUMIIST here. So we're going to take and actually weigh some strawberries, carrots, celery, apples, and spinach right down to the gram to make sure it's as close as we can get it. And then we're going to see which one extracts the most juice. So let's look at some of the differences of these. Now this is the TUUMIIST main juice body. Well, this is the main juice body of all 3 of them. But this is the main juice cup. And this is the other TUUMIIST, so they're identical. And this is the Godspeed. So it's a little different, but still all the basic same stuff. And all of them just drop in like so. And they're good to go. Now, the next thing is this piece here. So this is for the Godspeed and the TUUMIIST, they're the same. So we just pop them in just like that. Now this one you actually place into the bottom of this cup. So that's one difference. Not a biggie. Now this is the augers for both the TUUMIISTs. They're pretty much identical. This is the auger for the Godspeed. So it's much taller and has this big hook on the top. Now, for the TUUMIIST, both of them, if you look inside, they have an auger inside that actually fastens onto this one, and then a piece of metal to give that same effect. So we just pop that in, and you got to give it a little twist to make sure it seats down. And then we'll do the same with this one. Just give it a little twist, and the same thing with the other TUUMIIST. So all 3 juicers now are ready for their main cups. So one thing I like about the TUUMIIST ones is this handle pops it right open. So that's very handy. So let's just get that inserted. So it shows you that it's unlocked when you press it in here, and you just give it a twist till it locks, and now it's locked in place. The Godspeed, that's just a lift up handle, and it works very well. The lid snaps up and then is completely up. Now let's see, so I do have this backwards a bit. Oh. So there is a spot on the back end here. So I almost have to turn it around to have a look, and that locks in there. Now once the lid goes down, then it's locked. Once the lid is open, then you can move it very easily. So all 3 of them lock in place quite easily. And all 3 of them come with pushers. So this is a pusher for the TUUMIIST. That's the pusher for the Godspeed. And this is the other pusher for the TUUMIIST. Now these are the 2 cups that come with the Godspeed. And those are the TUUMIIST cups. So they're a little bit bigger, but this is more like a glass you can drink right out of. And with this TUUMIIST, they also come with the larger cups. Now all 3 of them come with these little brushes for cleaning up And I find the brushes are very handy. And both the TUUMIISTs come with these strainers. I personally don't use them because I like a little bit of pulp in my juice. So, but some children just don't like the texture of the pulp. So if that's the case, you can strain it out. Okay, so now we're going to check these out. And I'm going to start weighing up some stuff here. And then we'll start filling these. Of course, it's my Amazon Basics scale. I'm going to use this little bowl to weigh them all up. So I'll zero that out. Now, I think we'll see how much we get here. Well, that's about 68. Well, I'm going to just pop out a couple more of these bowls. And I'll zero that back out. And then I'll do 68 in there. That one's 69. Pretty much close enough. I may adjust them yet a bit once I make sure what all the... Okay, that's not... I have to zero it out first. There we go. So that one's 70. I'm going to make it 94. Zero that back out. And that one's 94. That one's 96. We'll just keep this as a spare and I'll eat it. So now, I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to weigh spinach. So let's do 60 grams of spinach. Oh, way too much. 61 grams works. That one is 62. So that'll work fine. All these separated. All right. So I'm going to weigh a couple of apples here. I got 241. I'm going to trim a bit of that apple off because I want it to be closer. 242. So we'll put that one in there. 238. Oh, that one's too big. 243. All right. Now I'm going to do some carrots. I'm going to do 124 grams of carrots. Oh, 123. That's pretty close. We'll trim a bit of that one off. 121. So now we're going to do some celery. We'll see what those weigh. That's 58. That's 86. That's a big one. 98. So I think we're going to try to go with about 80. That'll work perfect. That one's 81. That'll work. All right, so we've weighed all that up. And this is all the extras. We'll just fire it in there. And we'll set this scale off to the side. So now I'm going to also test how long. So I'm going to try to start these as close as I can to each other. I'll get help for that. And we'll see how long they take. So I'm just going to load these up now. And then we'll carry on. So it always tells you to load the greens in first. I'm just going to take the apples and stuff out and bring the greens over and put them inside. I'm going to put in my berries. Put a couple of apples. Carrot kind of goes in there good. Just break the celery down so it all goes right in. So that one's loaded. Now we'll do the Godspeed here. So I really like these juicers. All of them work fantastic. I've used them all. They make really nice juice. And I found that they all really came out dry pulp. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here, or maybe they'll all be almost the same. We will certainly find out in a couple minutes. All righty, that one's done. Just put them in there. Oh, better get that. Okay. All right, now we're going to get these all plugged in. I'm going to have to run an extension cord because I certainly can't run it all out of one outlet.
1, 2, 3, now.
Okay, so I started them a little bit off. It's kind of difficult to get them all exactly the same. Now this one I kind of jammed in there a little too full, so I'm just giving that a shove down. Same as this, I think I got a little jammed up, so we'll get it pushed down in there a bit. There it's starting to turn. And now they all have little doors that you can open the juice to let it out. Now this one does an auto reverse, which is really quite nice. That's what you just saw a little bit of there. So it does it on its own. The other two have reverses, but you have to manually put them into reverse. Oh. I may have got the carrots a little sideways in here. That's completely my fault for trying to jam too much in. There, I think we got it broke free now. Okay, so we're just going to let that juice out. That's a lot of juice coming out of there. Check out this one. Now, one thing I do like about the TUUMIISTs is with this wider cup, there's no chance of anything just coming out. So that is nice. And then we got this one. I already let a little out, but so I think this TUUMIIST is done. The Godspeed is done. This one will run. It was set to go for 15 minutes, so it will just keep going. But I'm pretty sure it's extracted all the juice, so I'm just going to shut it off. Well, maybe there was a little more coming out. But I'm going to actually get a measuring cup so we can measure each one and see which one gave us the most juice. So I got an extra jar here just in case it doesn't all fit in here. It looks really close. So let's start with, close that up so it stops dripping, with the Godspeed and see how it did. Again, I like pulp, so. Okay, so right now I've poured 1 cup into here, so I'm going to empty that out. And then I'm going to pour the rest of this in. And let's see what we got here. We've got almost 2/3 of a cup. So we got 1 2/3 cup out of the Godspeed. So that juicer really does extract a lot of juice. I mean, that's a big cup of juice. So now we're going to check out the first TUUMIIST here. I'm going to need another cup. All right, let's see, where's the 1 cup mark so I don't overfill it. So there is 1 cup. So we'll dump that in here. And we'll dump the rest in. And that is 2 3/4 cups. So this was 2 2/3. This one went out a little bit better, 2 3/4. That's a lot of juice. All right, so now I'm going to do this last one here, and we'll see how it does. There's my cup mark. So that's 1 cup. And we're just around the 2/3 mark again. So honestly, all 3 of them pretty much extract the juice the same. Gives you the same amount because, you know, we could be off by how much moisture was in each item. And I mean, I'm not going to get that particular. So, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with all 3 of them. I mean, they all chewed it up really well. If you look in here, they are just not, there's not a lot of stuff left in here. So I'm just going to give you a quick look. So that pretty much juiced up everything. Now I normally don't take that apart because for cleaning, there's a little handle on the side here. You just push down, it pops it up. I can take this over to the sink. Then I can take it apart, rinse it all. It only takes a couple minutes to rinse it. You clean it with that little brush into the corners, and that's fantastic. This one here, you got to open the lid to unlock it. I'm getting kind of crowded here, so once you open the lid, then it's unlocked, and then it just turns and it'll come apart. Also, you can just lift that up and take the whole thing, and as you can see, there is nothing left in there, nothing at all. So I'm pretty impressed with both of them. And this one, well, I'm pretty sure we're going to have the same result. This one actually might feel a little bit drier, but not much, not really. Again, this one has the lever. You just pop it up. And as you can see, it's just taken everything out of there. But the nice thing is you can take all of these right over to the sink, just give them a quick rinse and brush them out, and you're good to go. So you just bring it over, you give it a little turn, separate it. Just going to set that down for a second. I like to lift this out together, and then I can pop that out real easy. And literally you just give it a quick rinse. I'm just going to grab my little brush here. All 3 of the brushes are identical, so one thing I do want to mention, that when you go to clean the pulp side, if you just take it and flip it over, you give a little pop. Oop, sprayed me. It opens right up. You clean that right out of there. Oh dear. Give it a good rinse. You get in there with this brush, and give a little wipe. Helps to clean everything right out. Make sure you close that back down. And then it's just a matter of give this a rinse out. So I mean, it is so easy to clean. Like that. Give that a little rinse there. There we have it. So that's clean. And the beauty of it is when I keep my trap made in place, it collects all those little scraps of vegetables and fruit and just makes it really nice and doesn't go down my drain. I kind of like that. So now, both the TUUMIISTs come apart the same way. The Godspeed is the same thing. You just give it a twist and lift it up. Now, it is a little bit smaller diameter. I believe the TUUMIIST is 6.5, and this is just under 6. So it's a little bit smaller, but not much. I did jam in the carrots and stuff pretty hard. I shouldn't have done that, I guess. That would have made it all go down much easier, but because I did that, I had to push a little more. It wasn't a big deal. I find it cleans just as easy as the other one. Just pull that up, pop that one off. And these are all metal augers on all 3 machines. So, I mean, that's important. This is one of those spots where the brush comes in really handy right around this ring here. Just give that a good scrub in there. And it basically comes completely clean. This one also has a little flap that you open up underneath like that. And that allows the pulp to get flushed right out. So there you have it. That one is cleaned up. A couple little stragglers there. We'll get rid of those. You can throw this stuff in the dishwasher, I suppose, but I don't really see a purpose in that. It cleans up so easily. I mean, I'm done. So I have one more juicer to do, but it cleans up exactly the same as the other one. And it's just so easy. Let's try this juice. I'm positive they're all going to taste identical, but let's check them out. They all are delicious. They taste exactly the same. I hope this video helps you. Have a great day.